I spent 3 days trying to make the Hollyland M2 my primary audio setup for a high-end commercial shoot, and I realized almost immediately that there is a single physical design choice that makes this the most convenient mic I've ever used, while simultaneously being a potential nightmare for professional reliability. I'll explain exactly why the mounting system is a double-edged sword after we look at how it actually performs in the field. Design and build. The button mic. The Lark M2 is effectively a button microphone. Each transmitter, TX, weighs a mere 9 grams, which is about the weight of 2 sheets of A4 paper. The chassis is a dense, high-grade polycarbonate that feels surprisingly rugged for its size. Materials, polycarbonate and metallic mesh. It doesn't have the premium Pro Tool density of the DJI Mic 2, but it feels more modern and less like a bulky plastic box. Ergonomics, the camera version receiver, RX, features a large, tactile gold-rimmed dial for gain adjustment. It's satisfyingly clicky, allowing for blind adjustments while looking at a monitor. The weight advantage. Because it's only 9 grams, it doesn't cause shirt collars to sag or droop, a constant frustration with the 32-gram Rode Wireless Go 2. But here's the thing. While the weight is a win, Hollyland leaned entirely into a magnetic attachment system. You get clips and necklaces, but the magnets are the primary intended use. It looks sleek and invisible on a t-shirt, but if you're filming high-action sports or someone wearing a thick winter coat, that magnet starts to feel a lot less secure. Key features: performance versus hype. Hollyland markets a 1,000-foot, 300-meter line-of-sight range. In my testing at a crowded local park with significant 2.4 GHz interference from nearby Wi-Fi and smartphones, I found the functional range to be closer to 150 to 200 feet. Real-world testing. I had a subject walk behind a thick oak tree at about 100 feet away. The signal didn't just jitter, it dropped momentarily. This is a standard limitation of the 2.4 GHz band, but it's important to note because the Lark M2 lacks internal onboard recording. Unlike the DJI Mic 2 or Rode Wireless Pro, if you lose the wireless link, that audio is gone forever. This is where Hollyland earns its keep as a vlogger tool rather than a cinema tool. Technical depth. Audio quality. It captures 48 kHz by 24-bit lossless. ENC, environmental noise cancellation. I tested this next to a busy intersection. The strong setting is aggressive. It removes the traffic, but it makes the human voice sound slightly robotic and compressed. The weak setting, however, is a masterpiece for quick turnaround social media content where you don't have time for post-processing in Adobe Podcast. Battery life and power management. The battery performance is arguably the strongest spec-to-reality match in the kit. Measured runtime. I ran a continuous recording test at 72 degrees Fahrenheit. The transmitters lasted 9 hours and 42 minutes, just shy of the 10-hour claim, with ENC turned off. Charging case. The camera version case is a beast. It provides 3 full recharges for the entire set. Total field time is roughly 40 hours. Charging quirks. The case uses USB-C, but it is picky. I found it wouldn't charge using some high-wattage MacBook Pro chargers, USB-C PD, requiring a standard 5-volt 2A dumb brick or a lower-spec cable. Ecosystem and long-term value. The Lark M2 combo is a Swiss Army knife out of the box. Unlike the Rode Wireless Micro, which forces you to choose between USB-C or Lightning, the Lark M2 combo includes a camera RX 3.3mm TRS, a USB-C mobile RX, and a Lightning mobile RX, MFI certified. Repairability. The iFixit style outlook is grim. These units are glued and sealed for the 9-gram weight goal. If the internal 97 mAh LiPo battery dies in 3 years, you're not replacing it yourself. You're buying a new transmitter for roughly $35 to $45. 3-year total cost of ownership. Initial kit, $140 to $160. Spare magnet or clip kit, $15. You will lose a magnet. Total, $175. Compared to a $349 DJI Mic 2 setup, the Lark M2 is half the price for 80% of the functionality. The competition battle. When I put the Hollyland M2 against the DJI Mic 2, the trade-offs are crystal clear. The DJI Mic 2 offers 32-bit float internal recording, which gives you a safety net if your levels peak or the signal drops. It also has a built-in touchscreen on the receiver for precise control. However, the Lark M2 wins on discretion and weight. I found that for man-on-the-street interviews, people were much less intimidated by the tiny Lark button than the branded box of the DJI or Rode. You're essentially choosing between professional redundancy, DJI, and extreme portability, Hollyland. Unexpected strengths. What surprised me most is the Lark Sound app. Usually these budget companion apps are buggy messes. Hollyland's app allowed me to adjust the speaker volume, output gain, of the phone receivers and customize the ENC intensity. Here's where it gets interesting. You can use the transmitter button as a remote shutter for your phone's camera. I was able to set my phone on a tripod 20 feet away and trigger video recording just by double-clicking the side of the mic. It's a small detail that saves a massive amount of walking back and forth time for solo creators. Limitations, the bitter truth. Here's the reality the marketing won't tell you. The lack of a 3.3mm input lavalier port on the transmitter is the weakest link because it forces you to use the built-in microphone capsule, regardless of the environment. This means if you're wearing a heavy suit jacket or a costume that doesn't play well with magnets, you cannot plug in a professional lavalier mic into the transmitter. You're stuck with the button on the outside of your clothes. Resolving the open loop. Remember the design choice I mentioned at the start? It's the magnetic mounting. Because there is no backup physical clip built into the TX, it's a separate plastic piece you have to snap on. If you lose that tiny magnet while filming in tall grass or a crowded event, that transmitter becomes useless for the rest of the day. In my experience, the magnet is strong, but a snag on a camera strap can pop it right off. The final verdict, buy or skip. Buy this if you are a solo content creator. You want the fastest plug-and-play experience with zero menu diving. You value discretion. You hate the look of large, boxy microphones clipped to your chest. You use multiple devices. You frequently jump between filming on an iPhone, an Android tablet, and a mirrorless camera. Skip this if you do paid client work. The lack of internal backup recording is a massive risk. If you have 2.4 GHz interference and the signal drops during a wedding vow, you have no way to recover that audio. You need a hidden mic. Since you can't plug in an external lavalier, you can't hide the transmitter in a pocket and run a wire up the shirt. You're working in high-action environments. The magnetic mount is lifestyle secure, not stuntman secure. Is the lack of internal recording a deal breaker for your specific workflow, or does the $150 price point justify the risk?